Yo guys, what's going on? It's Acez here today with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the poor man's med case. Do me a favor, make sure you're dropping a like on this one here today, and of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more PvE content. Let's hop right into this one here today, ladies and gentlemen. We are talking about the Slim Med Bag, also known as the poor man's med case. I wanted to start making some of these case comparison videos for you guys because I know not all of you are super progressed in Tarkov. Not all of you are level 35 and can afford all these cases and all that. So you guys know I like to make content for everybody, and this is definitely one of those videos for the lower level crowd. So when it comes to this video, you're going to need to be level 15 unless you want to go to Shoreline and try to kill some of Sanitar's guards. If you kill some of Sanitar's guards, typically one of them will have the Slim Med Pack on them. And that's a good way to get it if you are not yet level 15 and you're comfortable enough taking on Sanitar. As for the med case, to purchase the med case outright, you're going to need to be therapist level 3, which I think is somewhere in the 20s. But you can get the med case at therapist level 2 because there is a barter for it. You're going to need 4 med tools, 2 Vaseline, 7 syringes, and 7 blood sets. When it comes to the price of this barter for level 2 therapists, you're going to be looking at roughly 400,000 rubles for these items. If you find some of them, obviously they will be cheaper, but you will have to purchase these off of the flea market for around that total cost. And the flea market is unlocked at level 15. But if you don't want to spend that much, if you are penny pinching and you are really spending a lot of money on your hideout, you could go with the much cheaper option being the med bag. The med bag is going to come in at right around 100,000 rubles. Now, I know there is a large amount of them out here for around 150k. Now, the only reason they are actually priced this high in the first place is because I made a video about labs yesterday, and I did use the med pack in that video, so the price did go up on them a little bit. They were selling for about 70,000 rubles yesterday, which is extremely affordable. So maybe give it a little time, and once, the price dies down a little bit, you can definitely find them a lot cheaper. So when it comes to both the med pack and the med case, we definitely have some things we need to talk about. First is the price. 100,000 for the med bag, 400,000 for the med case. So the med case is 4 times the amount of the med bag. Next is the space that both of them hold. The med bag is 48 slots and the med case is 49 slots. So keep that in mind. The shape is slightly different, but when it comes to meds, there is nothing that is really going to be too impacted by the shape of the container size. Next is actually the most important part about the comparison. The med case only takes up a 3x3, which is 9 slots in your stash. The med bag takes up a 4x5, which is 20 slots. That is a significant difference when it comes to the amount of space they are taking in your stash. But if you are pretty broke, that really should not matter at all. 11 spaces isn't going to make or break your stash, but what could make or break you is an extra 300,000 rubles that you might need to spend on some barter items. One other advantage of having the med pack is because of the non-found and raid flea market, you can sell the bag on the flea market when you do decide to upgrade to a med case. You cannot sell med cases on the flea market. I will show you that right now. You cannot sell them on the flea market. It will not let you. It is a restricted item, but you can sell the med pack. So that is definitely an advantage because when you sell it, you're only going to take a small hit on your fee, and you will essentially be able to kind of use it as free storage as long as you need it. One other thing that is definitely worth noting is both can go in item cases. So whenever you get your first items case or thick items case, both of these can go in there. So, if that's something that you needed to temporarily put it away or whatever, those can go in there. As for the bag going in other bags, it does also allow you to do that. So if you want to try out your first labs raid, you can throw your med bag into your backpack, make sure it's empty, of course, and then you can go into labs and put all those medical items into your med bag, essentially giving you a ton more slots. It takes 20, it holds 48. Easy math. This is 28 additional slots that you can take into a raid by putting the med bag in your backpack. This is not something you can do with the med case. So there are a lot of other advantages over the med pack, and really the only con is the amount of space it takes in your stash. Everything else is a pro. And I think it is genuinely something worth keeping on you, even if you're a veteran player. For that exact reason I just stated. If you run labs and you're running all the key cards, mainly green, blue, and black, if you're just sticking in that quarantine area, you're going to fill up not only the med bag, but you'll fill up rigs that you take with you as well. And that's even with running the couch bag. Like, I just run the attack too, because it's whatever I have on hand. You know, I have couch bags on me, but it's not that serious. But if you need money, then it is that serious. You want to maximize every single raid and the amount of loot and the amount of value you are taking out of raids. So, in my opinion, personally, med cases are good, but I think the med pack is better, especially if you're a newer player or if you're a player that doesn't have that much money. Obviously, once you progress far enough in the game, it just will not matter. You're going to have med cases, you're going to have a whole bunch of stuff, and it will not matter. You won't have to run the med pack unless you want to run it for labs. But early on, the med pack is a great item and one that I can honestly recommend everybody to keep one of on hand in their stash. Even if that's at the end of a backpack chain, I think it's worth it. Do me a favor, make sure you drop a like on this one here today, and of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more PvE content. I will see you in the next video. I'm out.